Zols. What is there to say, really? They're simply the most perfect creature ever created, and so today I'd like to give them a tribute. Hello, I'm Sam, and this is the complete history of Zols. Zols have been around since the dawn of Hyrule in 1986 with the Famicom original The Legend of Zelda. Here they slowly move around and can split into two smaller enemies called gels when defeated. Throughout all of the dungeons there are green Zols, yellowy Zols, black Zols with white eyes, black Zols with yellow eyes, and gray Zols. Yo, editing Sam here, there's actually two colors of gel that I forgot to mention, blue and teal. The next appearance of the Zols is in A Link to the Past. In this game, they will appear from the ground and hop towards Link. Unlike in Zelda 1, the Zols do not split into gels when hit. Red Zols appear in the Swamp Palace, green in the Ice Palace, yellow in Misery Mire, and turquoise in Turtle Rock. In addition to the main Zols, we have the boss of Misery Mire, Vitreous. In Japanese, Vitreous is known as Gel Dogger, implying relation to the Dig Doggers and to the Gel/Zols. Next up, we have Link's Awakening. Red Zols keep the hopping behavior of A Link to the Past, but now split into two gels like Zelda 1. Once split into gels, they can no longer damage Link, only cling onto him and slow him down. Green Zols behave similarly with the hopping, but without the ability to split into two gels. We also get another Zol boss with Slime Eye, who is known as Big Zol in Japanese. And the final boss, Nightmare, has a phase where he transforms into a massive Zol. Now we have Link the Faces of Evil, which gives us a unique purple Zol. Here they simply move across the floor and do not split into gels. Up next, Zelda's Adventure has red Zols. They still do not split, however there are unused files of an entirely black Zol and gel, implying they might have been able to at one point in development. Next up, Ancient Stone Tablets uses the same engine as A Link to the Past, and so some of the Zols from that game appear here. Similarly, the Oracle games bring back the red and green Zols with identical behavior to Link's Awakening. Oracle of Ages specifically, though, introduces color-changing gels. These gels will camouflage themselves into the floor. Once camouflaged, they are invincible. Unlike normal gels, they don't cling onto Link, rather dealing damage on contact. To defeat them, Link must hop over a tile on the floor that changes its color, making them visible and thus killable. Four Swords is up next. The red Zols reappear with a new design, although they retain how they worked in the Oracle games and Link's Awakening. This also gives us our third Zol boss, Dara Zol. Four Swords Adventures features both green and blue Zols. Blue Zols move independently of each other, while green Zols move together in a group of four and must be attacked simultaneously to be properly defeated. In Minish Cap, there's unused data that shows Zols were planned to appear, but in the end they were replaced by the Choo-Choos. Tingle's Rosy Rupeeland gives us a whole host of Zol cousins called the Zol Gels. Forest Zol Gels are the weakest and drop the gelatin item when defeated. The Snowfield variety is stronger and drops both gelatin and triangle chips when defeated. They also have their name reversed for some reason, being called a Gel Zols, while the others are called Zol Gels. The Mountain variety are the strongest, dropping gelatin and square chips, and Golden Zol Gels are the rarest, dropping a large amount of rupees. Now we have Phantom Hourglass. This game gives Zols their first ever 3D appearance. In this game, they regain their splitting ability, and this time can split into up to 4 gels. Unfortunately, Phantom Hourglass would mark the last Zol appearance for a good while. As we saw with Minish Cap, the Choo-Choos were replacing the Zols as the de facto slime enemy in games like Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild. It wouldn't be until over a decade later, in 2019, that Zols would return, but when they did, they came back strong. Link's Awakening got a remake that year, meaning all the Zols from that game came back with 3D models. Cadence of Hyrule also brought back the Zols and introduced many new variants with their own behaviors. Green Zols stand still and split into 2 gels when hit. Blue Zols move up and down between 2 tiles and split into 2 gels when hit. Pink Zols will move vertically until they run into a wall and turn around, splitting into 2 gels when hit. White Zols act like the green Zols, but they split into 4 gels instead of into 2. Similarly, black Zols act like blue Zols but split into 4 gels. Twin Zols will rotate around each other with each part splitting into 2 gels when hit. And finally there are metal Zols who are invincible and don't move. Also, fun fact, originally the metal Zols had yellow eyes like all the other Zols, but an update to the game changed them to grey. The next year, Cadence of Hyrule got the Symphony of the Mask DLC, which introduced phasing Zols who are transparent and chase after the players. In addition to those, there's also the phasing Metal Zols, who keep the Metal Zols' invincibility, but with the phasing Zols' invisibility. And finally, just last year, we got Echoes of Wisdom, which gave us even more new Zols. Of course, we have the standard Green Zol, who acts as they did in the Link's Awakening remake. We have the Igna Zols, who act like a candle and can set stuff on fire. There's the aquatic Hydro Zol, who is made of water and thus will expand when in contact with water. And finally there's the mechanical Gizmo, an automaton invented by Dampe that uses music notes to attack for you. There's also rich versions of the Zols which act identically to their normal counterparts with the distinction that they can't be echoed. Editing Sam again, I forgot to mention the boss Slimeye from Link's Awakening also appears with a new design. And that was the complete history of Zols. If you love Zols, make sure to give this video a like, and if you want to hear me talk about stuff that isn't Zols for some reason, then subscribe. Either way though, stay hydrated and I'll see you next time. Bye!